Good afternoon everyone and welcome to Juma Game Reserve. My name is Sebastian and we've got Tara this afternoon behind the camera and Mark back in funnel control and my lucky charm. So let's see if we'll be a bit lucky this afternoon. We had good game drive this morning, it was a bit quiet but nice general game and nice hyenas. So it's quite hot but there is still a lot of general game around. So we're just gonna take a slow drive. I want to go towards Baboon Pan, Twin Dam and stuff. So I'm just going to drive along Twin Dam Road and see what we can find. And send your questions to questions@juma.com and Mark will forward them to me. So let's not waste any time, let's jump on board and enjoy a safari in Africa. So for those of you who were not with us this morning, just a little update. Unfortunately, the wild dogs that we had by the gate by Sydney Dam last night went onto Maniality Game Reserve this morning, so we lost them. But you never know, they might come back our way. And what else? The lions, Salala and the Majingi line and one of the sticks are still by Aratutha over there on a buffalo kill, big buffalo kill. And on our side this morning we just had some general game like Giraffe and what did we have else? Kudus, Impalas, Steenbok. And then towards the end of the drive I went to the den, hyena den, and we had the luck, we were a bit lucky to see Teddy outside the den playing with his mom. So we spent like maybe 15-20 minutes there with Teddy. And, the other youngsters were not there, just Teddy by himself with his mom and the other female. So 2 moms and Teddy. The other youngsters were probably inside the den. That was this morning, and let's see now what we're gonna find this afternoon.
I thought I heard something too.
Yeah, like branches cracking, like elephants. Maybe I just drove over a branch.
Oh, I thought it sounded like a monkey going. Maybe it was the branch.
There were some elephants at the dam a couple of hours ago. Alright, that's interesting. Okay. Well, it did sound like elephants, what I heard, but see anything, maybe the tip inside. Got a good feeling though for this afternoon. Well, I had a good feeling this morning as well. So I think we might have some interesting sightings this afternoon, hopefully. Good afternoon, stations. I'm getting mobile on Western Gari. Any update already for me?
Sept, we are attending the Gari Dam.
Alright, copy, thank you. Every time I pass Chelapan, I've got one sentence in mind, which was from Mark when he did, how did we call it? The frogging.
Oh yeah.
And I'll always remember when Mark went. He put his glove on and he went, I'm gonna put my hand at the back of Chelapan. That was classic. We laughed a lot that day, and every time I drove past Chelapan, I remember that frogging thing, and I can just picture Mark with his smile and putting his glove on and going, I'm going to put my hand at the back of Chelapan looking for frogs.
Why was I not there? Oh, I went down to the lodge.
Yeah, I think you were at the lodge having dinner that night.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Shame, I really wanted to do that as well.
It was, yeah, I think we're gonna have to do it again when,
Frogs are back.
yeah. When the frogs are back. Hello, miss. Around the corner. She was like standing around the corner like, they're not gonna see me, they're not gonna see me. I see more giraffe there on the right. Quite far in the bush.
Yeah, she's disappeared for us.
This one has disappeared, yeah. Well, if I move forward, we might have a view of her. So go a little bit forward. There are lots of giraffe at the moment. We see a lot of giraffe on every drive. Now, maybe go a little bit forward, see if we can see more giraffe ahead. Oh, Elise. There you are. Oh, isn't this one the one with the limp? The giraffe, I think. Unless she was running in the riverbed.
Yeah, no, she was running in the riverbed.
Is that why? I can get in that riverbed, if I turn around.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go and check out some Elise, guys.
She's running back this way now.
There she is. She's a bit confused there. I think she's looking for the other one. She seems a... Ah. Sorry, I've got a car behind me, I'm gonna have to move. How's it, Tex?
Hello.
Gluvamiti and then glove there. Okay, let me, just swing around over there. Actually, we've got some babies there as well. Oh, there's a baby! No, don't be shy, don't be shy. Did you hear that? So it looks like everyone is going between them. Sure, he's young, this one, eh? Less than a year. Right, let me try and go a little bit forward. There's another baby there as well. Quite a big herd, because I saw a few in the riverbed. Now we've got these ones here. Could be two different herds though. And these ones are going down into the riverbed as well. So I think we're gonna have to also make a move into the riverbed. Can I get in the riverbed from over there, or?
It's a long way round.
Is it, okay.
I suppose no more so than that. Yeah, I suppose it's 6.5 dozen the go.
That way.
We might just get signal breakup along that bottom there.
Mm.
It's quite a tall ridge just where we are now.
Okay.
We can give it a go.
Yeah.
Go back towards Humber Road and go that way.
Which road is that?
Yeah.
This one?
Twin Dams.
Is that still Twin Dam?
There.
Ah. Chris. All right. Good afternoon, Chris. And welcome to Juma this afternoon, Chris. Chris asking if I can give him the names of the animals in my native language, and in Afrikaans and in Swahili. Well, I'll try my best, Chris. Well, now we are busy with some elephants, so in French it will be the same, just the pronunciation will be a bit different. It will be elephant instead of elephant, more giraffe over there.
Yeah, you need to go around this tree here.
Okay. So yeah, Chris, elephant in French, in Afrikaans, I don't know. And in Swahili?
Olifant.
Olifant, oh that's right, olifant in Afrikaans. Sure, there are lots of giraffe. And in Swahili, maybe Mark will know. Tembo, of course. Tembo, so here we go. Let's try giraffe. Giraffe in French would be giraffe, so the same, just different pronunciation. And then in Afrikaans, do you guys know in Afrikaans?
Afrikaans is
Kameelpad. Kameelpad. And then in Swahili? Twiga.
That's it, Twiga.
Twiga. All right, thanks, Mark. Oh, stop. Why are you hurting me? All right, and in Shangan, I'm hooked here. All right. Nice. Brand new pants. Bye. No, I'm joking. Not brand new. All right, and in Shangan, then your elephant in Shangan would be Ndlovu. N-D-L-O-U.
Sorry. Oops.
She's falling asleep already, guys. All right, then I guess I have to drive along that riverbed, eh?
Yeah.
Ndlovu, Chris. Ndlovu. In Zulu, it will be Ndlov. And your giraffe in Shangan will be Dulamiti. N-D-U-L-A, M-I-T-I, Dulamiti. And in Zulu, I'm not too sure. I'll have to learn the names in Zulu as well. All right, Mark thinks Dulamiti would be Zulu actually, but here they call them Dulamiti as well. Most of the Shangan people. So those elephants been here recently, digging holes.
Got a big one in front of us.
Got a big one in front of me.
I don't know if you saw it underneath the tree.
What, an elephant or a hole?
No, a hole.
Oh yeah, the hole, yeah. Yeah, it's not too big. Let's try and not get stuck in the riverbed, guys.
Yeah, that'd be good. Chance to throw me off either. 'Cause I know you like doing that.
Yes, trying to get rid of terror. I can smell Elise. Oh, they've been here very recently, yeah. Looks like they were looking for water, but I don't know if they found any. There's a big hole in front of me. Let's see if they did find some water.
Yeah, they did here.
They did here? Okay. I don't know if you were with me a few days ago. I was trying to show you. I was showing you those holes in the riverbed and explaining you that elephants do sometimes dig holes to get water. Very interesting. lots of survival stuff we could actually do in that riverbed one afternoon. And we will do it. Fresh dung. Fresh dung. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I love driving in riverbeds. Well, the best would actually be to walk. There are lots of beautiful riverbeds around there, and I've always said that it would be lovely to spend some time walking through them. Okay, I've got an elephant there. Be able to go through. Hello Cassandra, one of the new viewers in chat. Hi, welcome on board Cassandra. Okay, let me try to see if we can go through here. It's not gonna be easy. Sure, that's gonna be a big duck, eh?
No, it's a tree.
Duck. No, it's not gonna work.
Right hand down. Right hand down. Right hand
I know, I don't have a choice. I don't know, can you hear them? Okay. I think they rub if I turn right, but if I turn left, I think it's fine. Okay guys,
drive maybe a little bit further along, you might be able to come around.
yeah, but I saw there's a big tree there. I'm gonna have to go on the other side of the riverbed then. You see what I mean? I can try to go forward.
Yeah, okay.
Just drive over that one there. Bundu bashing.
You got a big log.
I know. Lots of ellies in front of us. Just stand by. Alright, how's that? Not too bad? They're a bit not very relaxed. Well, they are relaxed. It's just a bit shy. There are lots of babies. Like I can see 1, 2, 3. This one's a bit older. And we have a big female there. Yeah, Mark, you can send me the giraffe question. Diane, good afternoon, Diane. Welcome to Juma this afternoon. Diane is asking. She's got a question about the giraffe, and she says why some giraffes are darker than others. Some giraffes are lighter in colors. Is it genetic? No, not really. It's not genetic, Diane. It's.
Yes, it is.
Oh, is it? Also, what it had to do with age.
Genetic and age.
Genetic and age, then. And you will find some. When giraffes tend to get very old, they are very, very, very dark, and where the young ones are much lighter in color. But once again, you'll also find some young ones already quite dark in colors, and like Tara said, that's why it can also be genetic. Some people also some people say that it helps to distinguish or differentiate males and females, but I don't find it really reliable. Like I've seen some very dark females and some very dark males. It can work, but it's not the main criteria to use to differentiate males and female. I wouldn't just base myself on that one. So yeah, Diane, to answer your question, yeah, genetic and age would be the reasons why some individuals are a little bit darker than others. Let's try go over there. Looks like it's a little bit more open, and they seem to be moving that way. I've got one coming through here. I'm just gonna wait for her or him. Just don't really want to block his route. Where are you going, my friend? Are you stopping there? Okay, stopping there. Feeding. Okay. Okay, Mama. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm just here to make you famous. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Yeah, they're very shy, yeah. I know you don't have a great view yet, Tara, but I'll just go forward in a minute.
It's fine. Rather take it slowly and steady.
Yeah. It's quite a big herd. I see a lot of them also on my right hand side over there. Quite a big herd. Hello, my lady. Big female. I see Graham making his way through the bush over there as well. Hello, little one. Looks like he's smiling. Right, I want to go around. There's lots of them on my right hand side there, and it looks like a pretty open area. So maybe if I just try to go around slowly, we can see almost the whole herd on my right hand side there. Take it slowly.
I think maybe just let them relax again.
Sorry?
I think maybe just let them relax again.
Yeah. Trunk in the air. On the left there. The smelling maybe Graham's vehicle. And the young one is just doing like his mom. Nice. See, elephants don't have a great view, but they've got very good sense of smell and very good sense of hearing. Their eyesight is not that great. Probably the same as humans, or just under just maybe a little bit under ours. But they've got a very good sense of smell. They can smell things a kilometer and a half away. I just want them to relax a little bit, guys, and then I'll just slowly move forward again. A little bit shy. I mean, they were all happy, busy feeding and stuff before we arrived, and now some of them have just stopped, and you can see they're just standing still, listening, smelling. It's not great.
What is the route plan for this afternoon? Yeah, done. Done now. Yeah, 25. Heading gonna do yesterday and the next week for the
Rambling.
okay, copy that. Impala Twin Toes, triple M to the north. Okay, perfect.
I'm gonna try to move a little bit forward in that shade there. Maybe we'll have a better angle to view them because you're hiding behind the bush. Oh wow, you guys hear that? Very loud rambling.
Wasn't there any more? I think there was some more elephants on that side, wasn't there?
But there?
It's getting quite thick in here.
Well, let's just have a look what we can see from there. And otherwise we'll get back on the road. Because these ones seem to be just like walking deeper and deeper in the bush, and it's getting quite thick. It's very thick in there. See, I'm gonna have to do a lot of bundu bashing, and they're not gonna like that. So we're just gonna get back on the road, folks, and we just go and see from over there what I can see. Yeah, okay. Alright guys, the light is not great, but it's kind of the best I could do at the moment. And at least we can see quite a few of them right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the baby here. Janina, good afternoon to you, Janina. Janina is asking if these elephants could come from Kruger and how many kilometers they cover a day. Yes, Janina, they could be coming from Kruger, definitely. Sabisan does communicate with Kruger, so we do get some elephant herds walking through Sabisan sometimes and coming from Kruger. And to answer your question about how many kilometers, difficult to say. It depends on different herds and days. But what I can tell you is they do cover long distances, many kilometers per day, that's for sure. They do travel a lot. front of us now. That's really awesome, guys. Look at that. We're all herd in front of Ganda.
Same, turn round.
That's really cool.
And just move your head to the right, that'll be cool.
Sorry?
And just move your head to the right.
Okay, got you. Would be really nice if they could make their way towards Twin Dam or any other dam and go and drink. Babies would probably be playing a little bit in the water. It's possible. It's very hot today. They haven't been to the water yet because none of them are wet. So they've been probably feeding the whole afternoon. So they could possibly make their way towards the dam now. That would be lovely. Alright, Terry, good afternoon to you. Terry was asking at what age do elephants become independent? What age do they start becoming really independent? Because I know the bulls or the males leave the herd when during their teenagehood, so from around 14 years old. 15, 16 years old, then they start leaving the herd, and they either stay with other males during their teenagehood, and then they become kind of solitary bulls and just join the herd again for mating purpose. The females, I think they have quite a long bond with their mums, huh?
Yeah, they do.
How many years would that be? Like 4, 5?
I'd say it probably come like, independent, as in it can fend for itself.
Yeah.
Probably in its late teens, once there's the size behind it.
Yeah.
But because I mean they do have a long period where they stay with the mum right up until she has another calf, and she'll stay. You know, the youngsters will still stay with mum until she actually, you know, gives.
But even when she has another calf, they will still be around and.
So
yeah.
I don't know if independence is probably the right word.
Yeah, like Mark was saying, it's actually kind of their whole life. They are with it's just the family bonds are really strong in elephant society, and maybe independence is not the right word. Males do become independent from their teenagehood onwards.
They do seek friendship from other males as well.
But they do seek friendships from other males as well. And females kind of stay with their mothers for most of their lives. Even when their moms will have another baby, then the young ones will still stick around and be close to their moms. So maybe you can't really call it as being independent, Terry. I think it's quite important to understand that in elephant society the family bonds are very strong, and they kind of stay together and close to each other all their lives. For females, there is not a certain stage of their lives where they become independent and they're not going to be communicating anymore with their moms or leaving the herd and try to make another herd, find another herd. No, there is no such thing in elephant society. The males will leave the herd when they get into teenagehood, but not the females. They will always stay in the same herd and have really strong family bonds with their family members. All right, let's try and move on, see where these guys are heading. Those tambos, or those englovos. Are we gonna go under that? Yeah. Take! Ouch. Thank you. Yeah, because the aerial was down, Mark. It should be better now. There, yeah. Where is Twin Dam from here? Over there. Oh, there we've got some as well. Okay. Alright. Let me park here. You'll have a better view at these ones. The light will be better on these ones. It's okay, mommy, it's okay. Not here to harm. Just here to look at you and your babies. It's okay, mama. Very, very defensive, the elephants. Very protective, I mean, of their young. Well, like all animals, I guess, but elephants are very, very protective. And you don't want to mess around with the female who's got some babies. She can turn into a very aggressive elephant if you get too close and if you don't respect her safety zone. It's okay. It's okay. Stacy, I'm jumping on your question because you see, Stacy was asking about the tusks in African elephants, if both male and female have tusks, and yes, Stacy, they do. And why I'm jumping on your question is because that female that Tara was just filming, it's got some, not like big tusks, but she's got some nice tusks, and females will tend to have smaller tusks than males. Big bulls obviously will have like much bigger tusks, but females also do carry tusks. But you might find some individuals with less or with smaller tusks than other ones. That's genetic. You'll find some females with much bigger tusks, and you'll find some males with small tusks. That's genetic, but yeah, both sexes do have tusks. Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. Sorry, Stacy. Wasn't really asking if males and females have tusks, but more if You swing around, huh?
I'm not sure at the moment what they want to do.
If I reverse a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Stacy was actually asking why do the female and the males carry tusks, not only the males. I guess in both sexes, tusks are important in their lives to defend themselves, but also, as you've seen on some of our drives, we've been filming a lot of elephants using tusks as a tool. They use their tusks to to take the bark out of some trees, or they use their tusk as well as a leverage to like break branches and things like that. So they do use. Hello. Nice. Oh, this one's got a collar. That female there, she's got a collar.
Actually, this herd is usually quite skittish.
Mm.
Just going back around. All right, lady.
No, it's okay. You don't need to run. They're very skittish, guys. I think we're gonna leave these guys. Now, we did spend a bit of time with them. I don't want to stress them more. It looks like every time we move, they or switch on the car, they get a bit more stressed. So I think we're gonna leave them. We were lucky enough to spend a bit of time with them, and I just don't want to put more pressure on them. They look very skittish, so we're gonna leave them and carry on our drive. And who knows, we might find them a bit later at Twin Dams or another dam drinking, and then that would be awesome, because then we can park the vehicle quite far from where they are, on the other side of the dam, for example, and then they would be really relaxed, and we can see them drinking, and maybe the babies will be playing. But obviously, well, that's if we get them by a water hole. But for now, I think we did spend enough time with them. There are lots of babies and youngsters in the hair. That's why maybe they're a bit skittish. That female's got a collar, and Tara was saying she's seen her before, and she's known to be quite skittish. Maybe it's due to the fact that she's got a nice. I love that sound. You see, she had maybe a bad experience with humans when they did put a collar on her. Of course, so they always try to do that in the best way as possible, but it must be kind of a trauma for an elephant to be put to sleep and then put a collar and things like that. So maybe that's why she's still a bit traumatized and not really relaxed around vehicles and humans. So, all right, let's carry on our drive. Stacy, I think I did answer your question. Yeah, it's both males and females do need the tusks for protection and to use as a tool for feeding purpose. There might be more reasons that I'm not thinking about. How do I get back on the road from here?
Good question, no idea. You'll have Mamba Road running that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
What's over there?
That's the drainage line. That's where it came from.
Okay.
So I think your best bet is possibly that way to hit Mamba Road.
Yeah. Okay. A bit more of Bundu bashing then.
Or even that way to hit Gari Main. I think we're probably halfway between the two.
Okay, let's go that way. Sorry?
She does relax down, but when you have met her, she can be...
Yeah, Tara says that female with the collar, she does relax down sometimes. But yeah, we've had some sightings where she was not really relaxed.
Yeah, where she has been a little bit nervous.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So Mark, if you copy that, we might lose picture there and there. It's just the aerial is loose to get under some branches. Trying to find the best, yeah, the best route without doing too much damages on the vegetation.
I think that, yeah, maybe try and head towards that torch.
Okay.
Go around to make that looks more movable.
Yeah, I agree. You are mean. Oh, I know that tree.
Been here before.
Yeah. Well, unless there is another one very similar, but that tree rings a bell. Yeah.
Giraffe.
Oh, awesome. Nice questions, Hélène. Welcome on board. Hélène is asking when a mom elephant got a baby, or when a few female elephants have babies in a herd, then would they leave the babies play? Would they let the babies play together, or would they stop them from interacting with each other? No, Hélène, they would definitely leave the baby play together. We've had some awesome footage of baby elephants playing, and one baby might belong to one mom, or how can I say, like they might belong to different moms. But you will find them playing with each other, even different ages, even if they're like 3 years apart, 3-4 years apart. You might find some bit older elephants gently bullying younger elephants, and obviously babies of the same age playing together. No, they would definitely. It is important in the elephant society to just like once again have strong bonds with each and everyone, and from very young age they are very social animals, and they will play with each other. Yeah, for sure. Back on the road, yeah! Wait, alright. I think I've got a big branch stuck under the car though. It's not a branch, it's a tree.
Yeah.
Full of thorns. Awesome.
Why don't you reverse a bit? make you reverse a bit, it might just loosen it.
Yeah, I don't think so. You can try.
Is it thought that bad?
I really don't think it will change to reverse.
Oh well. Did that one?
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. No, it's a good.
Sounds like it's coming loose though. Just try it. Look until. Drop. No.
I want to reverse on that speed bump.
Yeah, it's coming.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sorry about the noise, guys.
Just try and pull it out now because it's actually this side of the tyre.
Okay, so you think I can pull it out now? Let's try.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Sure. That was classic. That was really classic. I was just laughing dead at the back. Oh, lucky enough there was no tree. Handbrake was on. Well, luckily I was not under the car though. Well, I was actually.
Just put it into first gear as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna film you. Climbing underneath it.
That was really cool, eh?
I wouldn't have thought so. Looks like someone been rubbing on it
Why would it be so wet?
from a paste secretion.
From where?
It
Well,
looks a bit thin, but it could be a wildebeest, or it could be, cause it's quite low down there, it's usually higher up.
but that's like really fresh though. That's why I said it was from one of those giraffes.
No, giraffes don't really mark trees like that.
No, I know, but maybe she was just weeing there, and the tree was just next to her when she was weeing. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
it's not. If the giraffe was stood over it, I'd expect it to go further up.
I'd like to go
It
and
looks like.
if I get out of the car, they're gonna run away steam. We've got some kudus over there, so maybe it was from them. But it's quite low though. A kudu wouldn't. It's so wet. I don't know.
It's possibly from the preorbital gland. I mean,
Mm.
that looks like in wildebeest, but as I say, usually they pick a larger tree and usually higher up, but it does look like it. Because it's been done before, because there's other patches that are dry.
Yeah, I think might be from a wildebeest, from the preorbital glands, which are the glands they've got on close to their eyes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can actually see a little bit above the above where Tara is filming. If you go a little bit up, then you're gonna see some old or down.
Below,
Yeah, just below some old patches, and they do that to mark their territories. But the one we're filming at the moment is really, you can see it's shiny, it's very wet, it just happened.
But it's just a bit funny to have a wildebeest out here though. Funny habitat.
Yeah, Mark says could also be the resin from the tree
Yeah, I could.
to as a self-defense. Maybe the tree just produced.
So it looks like
lot
someone
of
has
resin.
been taking some of the bark off the tree.
But if those giraffes just move a little bit further into the bush, I can get out of the car and quickly go and touch it. Because if it's resin, or from touching it, I'll know straight away.
Yeah, you should be able to get out now.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark says the red is from the inner bark. that I know, yeah, for sure. It's just it's very shiny. I think it might be some resin there. Maybe it's like an animal came and scratched their horns, ripped some bark off, ripped a little bit of bark off, and then just, a lot of resin is just seeping out of the bark. Hello, Miss Giraffe. He's crossing the road right in front of us. What you looking at there?
That side, it might even be a warthog doing that.
Yeah, it should be the right level for a warthog, yeah.
Scratching himself in the tree. So it's not really the right habitat for warthogs.
Okay, copy, thanks. How many station you got in touch with now? I think I'm in my task force. I'll come back right now. Thanks, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, guys, it's resin. So what must have happened is a warthog, probably, because it looks like the right height for a warthog, came and scratched his horns, I mean his tusks, sorry, and did rip a little bit of bark off. When I arrived, it was very shiny, and it's just that whole thing looked wet to me. But what happened is actually ripped a little bit of bark off, and the inside of the bark, what we call the cambium, is red. And then the tree, that's a sweet thorn, right?
Flaky bark, acacia.
Flaky bark acacia. Is that the same one? Yeah, it's the one which was stuck under the car.
Yeah.
Cool. Flaky bark acacia. Okay. So obviously it did produce some resin, and I just with my knife I just took a little bit off to show you. If I put it there, I don't know if Tara can zoom on it.
Got some giraffes in the road.
Yeah. They don't really look worried at all. But anyway, yeah. So that's the shiny thing that I was looking at, and which gave me the impression that it was wet. And that's why the first thing which came in my mind was something.
Where
just
did you put it?
There.
It's a little bit too flat.
Yeah. Okay. If I hold it like that.
Yeah.
And the first thing which came in my mind was that maybe an animal just weed there. And because there were lots of giraffe around, so maybe a giraffe just weed on the tree by accident. But no. No, actually it's resin. Interesting. Very shiny resin. Cool.
Although, just to throw a spanner in the works, bit of a funny area to have warthog here as well.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. It's the right kind of height. Something along those lines, that sort of height.
Yeah, because it's not.
Somebody, yeah, shaping horns or rubbing themselves on it. It's not really a tree a cat would scratch.
Basically here.
Yeah.
So it's too low for wildebeest. Maybe now it's just got like.
Yeah, as I say, they usually pick a taller tree, but it is the wrong habitat for them. I mean, it could be I mean, we have seen warthog further along, so it could be that they were crossing through here. But it's still, I'd be surprised to find a warthog.
But it's been used a lot though. So
Yeah, it's been
done here.
That's what made me think wildebeest, because they do
Yeah,
territorial mark like that.
Yeah, and that's now too high for warthog, yeah?
Yeah.
But also there.
Because wildebeest will use it over and over again. You see, but I mean, there is an open area, so it's not out of the question.
Yeah. See, that's the stuff that I found at the base of the tree, which is the bit of bark. Tara says it's not really the best habitat for warthog, which is true, but there is an opening area close by, so it could be from warthog, could also be from wildebeest. Wildebeest tend to mark always on the same tree, and this tree has got a lot of markings. I was pointing out the different places where it's already been, where the some bark have already been ripped off. So difficult to say, and don't really have any tracks around because it's just grass around the base of the tree, so you can't really look at tracks.
Any dung there?
No, not dung either.
Flaky barked acacia.
Really looks like a sweet thorn, the thorns, huh?
It does, but the bark is the giveaway.
Bark is like peeling off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to show them like. I was just looking at the tree, guys. So I was telling you earlier, it's called the flaky bark acacia. And I was saying, Tara, it kind of looks like the sweet thorn acacia. The thorns are really similar, but if you look at the bark, Tara is zooming in on it now. It looks like it's peeling off. So it's very easy to recognize that tree from that distinctive bark. Flaky bark acacia. Cool. Huh? Sorry?
Did someone move behind me?
Yeah, I heard something. I think it was a leopard, but we're not too interested in leopards, so we're gonna carry on and leave him behind. Joking. That gives you very good tinder, by the way. If you're stuck in the bush and you need to light a fire, start a fire, that dry bark, like this, the inside bark, the cambium, is really good tinder to start a fire with. Probably a steenbok or something. More giraffe on the road. Very dark one in front. So I marked my earpiece. I wasn't wearing my earpiece. I don't know if you were talking to me. Ah, okay. Good point from Mark, also saying could also be from a buffalo scratching his boss. Makes sense.
That would be more like.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, you see, guys, 3 brains around the tree. You will figure it out. I didn't understand that. The last part. Why do they? I got the question and the name. Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon to you, Rafi. Welcome on board. Rafi is a South African who's living in Israel now, and sorry. Rafi is asking, how long does it take for an animal to trust a vehicle, to trust a vehicle, basically, like how long does it take for an animal to trust people or to trust a vehicle so that the vehicle can get quite close to the animal. Will depends on the kind of animals, obviously. If you look at us with Kerula and the cubs, we did gain a lot of trust, especially with Kerula first and their second litter in Duna and Mishu, and that's from basically giving her a lot of respect and respecting her safety zone and just behaving and all the presenters who have been working for warders have always been very respectful towards leopards and especially towards Kerula, and that's why if you look at when we get into a sighting with Kerula, can carry on. If we get onto a sighting with Kerula, you'll notice that she's always very, very comfortable with us. I'm not saying she's not with other vehicles, but we've seen her showing teeth at other vehicles. We've seen her hissing at other vehicles, just for XYZ reasons. Maybe she had a bad experience with that vehicle one day. And so it does take time, obviously, Rufi. It does take time for cats, lions, and leopards. It can take sometimes even a year to get full trust. And then for other animals like elephants, it's difficult to say because it's not like we're always dealing with the same herd of elephants. So that herd of elephants we were spending time with this afternoon. Tomorrow they might be back into Kruger, and there might be a guide in Kruger who doesn't respect the safety zone, or not the safety zone, but their comfortable zone, like I did this afternoon, and he might piss them off, and then they might get even more stressed next time they bump into another vehicle. So you see, it kind of depends on where you are and how often you see these animals. It's a lot of things to take in consideration. But the best example I can give you is for us with Kerula. Like I can see she's got lots of trust in us. And I mean, look at the other night when with Mark, a couple of days ago, Shivanzi just. She was after a squirrel. She was doing her own business. She didn't mind us at all. We gave her good distance, and after half an hour, 45 minutes, after giving up after that squirrel hunt, she just came and basically sat 2 meters away from the vehicle. And she sat there, and then she lied down, and she was completely relaxed, closed eyes. Mark was talking, I was moving at the back of Ganda, she was not worried at all. And that's because that's the way Kerula brought her up as well, because Kerula is very relaxed around vehicles. So she's brought up in Duna and Mishu with that mind, and the same with Shivanzi. The little male is a little bit more skittish. He might have had a bit of an experience with a vehicle one day when he was younger, but he's doing better. From the previous sightings we had, you can see he's doing a little bit better with vehicles. So yeah, refugees, it really depends on the species and how often you see them and how respectful you are. If you're not respectful at all, it will take you a lot of time to gain their trust. It probably won't even happen if you keep on pissing them off. You will not gain their trust, that's for sure. But as a general rule here in Sabi Sand, most of the animals are very relaxed. As you can see, the giraffe can get very close when you by car. Same with elephants. Most of the elephants are quite relaxed. Lions, leopards, all of them are pretty relaxed around cars, and that's because they're used to cars, and the people who drive here are also they're good guys, and they know how to approach animals, and they know what to do and what not to do to not just to not piss off animals and stuff.
Whoa. Nearly.
Sure, you gave me a fright there.
The aerial can't fall back.
Starting to get a bit cooler now. Are you also laughing? Are you laughing?
About what?
Tara's laughing at the back.
Huh?
Why are you laughing?
Me? I don't know.
Elephant question. Fire. Martin and Sue. That's right. Sue and Martin. And Mark? All right. Sue and Martin, good afternoon to you. Welcome on board. Sue and Martin are asking about elephants when they... Oh, hello, little Steinbock. I'm a bit confused there. Behind the tree? Of course. Now it's gonna come out the other side.
I guess.
Little female Steinbock. So yeah, Sue and Martin, sorry guys. You were asking about elephants, how do they mate, if females choose the males, and do they have some favorite males that they mate with, or... Well, they actually don't really... see, when they come in oestrus, the bulls are always outside the herd, and they'll join a herd of females when one of them is in oestrus, and usually bull would be around, always be around the same herd, and when one female comes in oestrus, then that's when he joins the herd for mating purpose. So she won't really choose which male she wants to mate with. It's more like the male will come to her when she becomes in oestrus. Alright, let's keep going. We also see quite a lot of Steinbocks at the moment, eh? So 2 or 3 this morning, one on quarantine before we open the drive, this one now. Nice. So who was that from again? Andy. All right, Andy in England. Hi, Andy. Welcome on board. Andy is asking if it's not too dangerous to leave the vehicle like that and get a branch under the car. Well, it is dangerous if you don't put the handbrake on the car, and if you don't put the car in first gear, then it can be dangerous. Otherwise, you have to look around for sure. Just don't assume that there is nothing around. When I did it, there was some giraffe, so the giraffe were very relaxed, which is kind of telling me that there is no predator around. It's not 100% sure, of course. You can never be 100% sure in nature, in the wild. But if there wouldn't have been any giraffe, then I would have had to just stop the car, maybe just listen for a minute or two, and then just look carefully, and then get out of the car and remove the branch. It is not the safest, but it's not really dangerous either. I mean, animals would tend to flee away, or to run away when you get out of the car. But you might have. I get out of the car here, and I don't know that there's a lion or a leopard lying down behind the termite mound. Leopard most of the time would probably run away. Lion, if you surprise him, he might react differently. So I can't really give you a proper answer. It's not really safe. You have to be careful. But once again, this afternoon why I felt safe was simply because I was on a giraffe sighting, and I had lots of giraffe around me, and they were very relaxed. So it's not like they were all looking in one direction. If there was one direction they were looking at, was in my direction when I got out of the car. And I wasn't far from the vehicle either. I was close to the vehicle. You must be more careful when you walk away from the vehicle, because you might walk into something. But of course, you have to be, how can I say, qualified to do that. You can't just, if you're not qualified. I mean, Tara, myself, Mark have been trained, and we have degrees, we have experience, which allows us to do these kind of things. If one day you get to go to Kruger or any national park, game reserves in Africa, don't get out of your car like that. Once again, don't do this at home. Don't do this at home. It's you must know about the bush, and it's not. If you do it actually, for example in Kruger, if you get out of your car and do that, you anyway. If a ranger or if a guide sees you, you get a big fine, and that's simply because people will take a chance, and they will do. Every year, a lot of people get fines in Kruger because they get out of their cars, and accidents happen. So I can do it because I've got experience and degrees. I'm a qualified guide. Tara is a qualified guide. Mark is a qualified guide, and he's got lots of experience. Tara's got lots of experience. So we know what we're doing, and that's why. Most of the time. Most of the time we know what we're doing. But yeah, there are lots of things to take in consideration, and that's why we can do it and you can't. Don't take it wrong, don't take it badly what I'm saying. It's just something very important that you must know. If you come to Africa, don't just stop your car and think, okay, Sept said I must just look around and listen, and then if it's fine I can get out of the car. Don't do that, because I promise you, you'll have some bad surprise. And if a guide or another ranger sees you, you'll get a big fine, believe me. Hi Donna, welcome on board. Glad you're with us. Afternoon Donna. Donna is asking if there is a purpose in giraffe's horns. Yes Donna, the main one being fighting, unfortunately, and that's why they've got horns. It's to defend themselves and to fight. Especially males. Females don't fight too much, but males do fight a lot. That's why also their horns are a little bit more baldy than the females. And they are actually, I was talking about it this morning. They are very powerful weapons. When they swing their heads at each other, those horns can afflict very, very, very serious wounds. Oh, hippos. So yeah, that's the purpose, Donna, of the horns for giraffe. And another giraffe over there. They're everywhere. There's a giraffe there. Sure, that hippo is big. Big hippo bull. Bless you. Sure, it's big. Nice. Well, not much happening, except for that red-billed hornbill next to me. We found a good source of food in that old elephant dung. And another giraffe behind us. We're surrounded by giraffe, guys. I'm a bit scared there. We might get attacked by giraffe in the next minute or two. Scary. What did you get? What do you have there? Well, now he's cleaning his beak. Probably found some ants, some termites in that old elephant dung. It's so nice and peaceful actually at the end of the day around the dam, always. The light turns to gold and I don't know, it's quiet, peaceful. Actually works better than a massage almost. Sometimes I just wish I could just come here, stay here and just wait for animals to come and drink at the dam. Because you'd be surprised how much animals, much wildlife you'll see just from being patient and sitting by a dam and just waiting. Sure, just found some good stuff in there, eh? Cool. Alright. You're done, we're done. Let's go. Yeah, one giraffe there. There's one behind us, which is gone.
See it.
It's gone behind the bush. Were you able to drive on that dam wall before?
I've
Never.
never been able to. I know me and Mark parked up there, but I think maybe a long time ago. Bonsoir Adèle, de Saint-Étienne en France. Bienvenue à bord. We've got a French, actually, where should I go? Not down to you're dead.
We've got a French viewer from France called Adèle from Saint-Étienne in France. So I was just greeting her in French quickly, saying welcome on board, Adèle. Adèle is asking what's my favorite animal. That's Gary line.
Huh?
That's no, that's what is that?
Buffer line. You're heading towards Cheetah line now.
Buffer line. I don't know why in the morning my bearings are better than in the afternoon. Got confused with those elephants. Like I wanted to go to Twin Dam and stuff, but those elephants just made us go somewhere else. Might be a good thing. The light is pretty, eh? So sorry, Adele. My favorite animal, the leopard. I really enjoy the leopard. If I would have, but it's difficult to give you one. I've got we all have a few favorite animals. Number one would be leopard, then would be lions, then would be elephants. But some days I feel like more spending time with elephants than being with leopards. It depends on the day, on my mood, on what's the leopard doing. I mean, I would rather be spending time with elephants doing something than with a leopard sleeping, what we call a flat cat. Even though it's sometimes interesting because you can spend 10 minutes with a flat cat and next minute he just wakes up and does some interesting stuff. But yeah, I really love cats. I really love wild dogs as well, painted wolves. Licaon in French, licaon. It's difficult. Every time people ask me that question, I always struggle to give you one answer. It's not easy. Just love nature. I love all the animals out there, and obviously there are some that we prefer or that we really enjoy spending time with more than others. But it's difficult to give you one answer. I just find leopards really beautiful.
Take you back to Buffer Dam.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I really struggle to get that area though, like
I did. This top corner I
that
found
all-
very difficult to.
yeah, that old Buffer Souk area. I'm like, this road, I don't know the name, I don't know where it's taking me. I'm just taking it and see.
This is the fire break.
And no, I know that. That's fine. But I mean, I struggle with Buffer Souk area in general. Like,
Yeah, I did too. That for me was probably one of the most difficult areas to learn.
yeah. Okay, makes me feel better. Thanks, Ta. Just that she also struggled with Buffer Souk area. I remember we had a question earlier on about someone who wanted to know the names of the animals we see. I must try to remember it so that I can update you on that one, the names in Shangan and stuff. And well, since then I think we've seen hippo. Hippo would be, in Shangan your hippo would be Vubu, M-V-U, M-B-U, Vubu. Okay, that's Cheetah Cat line now, eh?
Yeah.
And then in Swahili, Mark, what's in Swahili? Mark speaks of Swahili pretty well. Oh yeah, that's right, Kiboko. I almost worked for a company called Kiboko. There's a big not travel agency, sorry. How would you call it? a tour company, safari company called Kiboko. They're a bit like nomad adventures. They're like those big trucks who travel through different countries of Africa. Like they would go from Cape Town to Kenya. Yeah, the Overlanders company, and they take you from Cape Town to Cairo if you want, or to Central Africa and Vic Falls. And hello, Impies. Be nice to have a look at these ones here with the nice sunset at the back, a nice light in the back. So yeah, Kiboko will be your hippo. And yeah, anyway, I was saying that because there was a company called Kiboko based in Cape Town, and they wanted to employ me as the guide and take some guests on trips to East Africa and stuff. And as I was going to say yes for this job, I got a phone call from Emily Wallington from Wilders asking if I was willing to come and work for Wilders as an editor. And I chose Wilders. That's why I'm here now. Otherwise I'll be traveling somewhere. I'll be on the road as we speak. Honestly, between you and me, I'd rather be doing this. And anyway, yeah, in Afrikaans, what would be hippo in Afrikaans?
Actually, I don't think I know that one.
I don't know. Mark, do you know hippo in Afrikaans? Siekwi.
Oh, of course it is. Siekwi. Yeah.
Siekwi in Afrikaans. So Siekwi and Kiboko in Swahili, and Mvubu in Shangaan. In French, the same. Hippo. Hippopotame. So we're looking at some Impalas here. Quite a lot of females. So far I see one male. There might be some younger males that I don't see. But that's quite a big herd of Impalas. Lots of females. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Sure, and I'm sure I'm missing some. They're like around 25 and 30 females and one male so far. I only see one male. So if that's your harem, dude, then good luck. To keep all those females together, it's not gonna be easy. And there are even more over there as well. Sure, now that's a big herd. Alright, shall we? From Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Hello. Jennifer is saying that she did a trip with an overlander like the one I was talking about, Kiboko, sorry. And what did she say? If I was a good cook, she would have booked me. That tipped me very well. Nice one. Thank you, Jennifer. I do cook. Been guiding a lot of tours like that, and I had to do the cook and the cooking, the driving, the guiding, the hiking.
You're actually a good cook.
Thank you, Ta. You see, Ta is saying I actually can cook. When I'm in the mood, when I'm in the right mood, I can cook. But like everyone, I guess. If I'm not in the right mood and you tell me please cook for 8 people, I'd rather tell you no. Just let's all go to a restaurant or something, because if I'm not in the right mood, I'm just not gonna be able to cook right. So, but if I'm in the right mood, I can cook some nice spaghetti bolognese or cottage pie. I can make mayonnaise, like Mark is saying.
Oh yes.
It's not a very healthy mayonnaise, but let's put it this way: if you eat some of my mayonnaise, you might put on 2 kilograms in the evening. It's a lot of oil, but you need oil to make mayonnaise, and yeah. But I can make mayonnaise. I'm salivating now.
Yeah, same. Thanks, Sept.
Maybe tonight I make mayonnaise. Quite a mission though.
Yeah.
If you don't have an electronic, how you call it? Huh?
Whisk.
Whisk. So just with a fork. Takes quite a lot of time. It's very tiring. But if you pull it off, it's the best mayonnaise on earth. Just mayonnaise and bread, and I'm the happiest man on earth. Yeah. So yeah, I can cook. I can cook. Is this Central Road?
No.
Eh?
Pipeline.
This one? I want Central Road.
Next one.
Next one.
Pipeline.
Oh yeah, pipeline, because it's got a pipe in the middle of the road. Is that Central Road now? Okay. Let me just stop here quickly. Sorry, who was asking about the bird book, Mark? Oops. Wendy in New York. Okay. Well, while we're on the sun, actually, there's also something I wanted to show you. It's not the best spot, though. I wish there was no trees. But there's something, a trick that I wanted to share with you when you are, let's say you're stuck in the bush, got lost or something, and you kind of need to know when it's gonna get dark. Because what's important in the bush or wherever you get lost is to make a fire at night. You know, just to like kind of scare animals away, also kind of brings your morale a little bit up. It's important to when you're by yourself, when you're alone, lost somewhere. So I always try to make a fire, and you can cook some stuff on it, and just the fact to be around the fire might keep you warm and stuff, and it's important, and you need to know when it's gonna get dark so that you don't end up in a situation where it's dark and you don't have enough time to make a fire. And I don't know if this is gonna work, but Tara, if you can try to film. If I basically put my finger, for that trick you basically use your fingers. And
so what do you need me to do?
maybe zoom out.
Zoom out.
Yeah. And this is not the best example because unfortunately there are lots of trees between the sun and the horizon. But zoom out. Zoom out completely. I need to be in shot. Yeah, here we go. All right. And if you use your fingers, so just close a little bit the iris so that they can see the sun. You basically put one finger, or you just, yeah. The thing is, if you zoom in, it's gonna change the. Because I basically, from where I am now, in real perspective, I've got less than one.
Maybe I can do it with my finger.
I've got less than one finger.
Oh no, because I'm too close then.
Just to explain you the trick, basically if I won't work with your finger either.
Okay.
If I, basically what I need to do, zoom out completely. Yeah, okay, you guys can see the sun, and basically if I put, well, my hand there won't work for you, but if I do it for you, you basically count how many fingers between the sun and between the horizon. And then one finger basically represents 15 minutes of time. So in my situation here, if I do it, I've got less than 15 minutes. In less than 15 minutes, it's gonna get dark. Obviously, if the sun will be higher up, and you've got enough space to maybe put like 4 fingers, then it means it gives you 1 hour. You've got 1 hour time before it gets dark, and that's it works. It's a very good trick to know, and it's not the best example. We'll do it another time because there are lots of trees, and it's also like actually should do it earlier on when there is a bit more time. So maybe I can show you. We've got space to put like 2 or 3 fingers, and then shows you that in maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, it's gonna start getting dark. But yeah, quite a interesting trick. Always good to know these tricks.
I like that. Cool.
Oh, Tara enjoyed it. Oh, I'm glad. If Tara enjoyed it, then lots of people probably did as well. She usually doesn't enjoy. Tara just usually doesn't enjoy at all what I'm saying, what I usually say.
Where's that stick? I need that stick so I can poke it every time
She
you
wants
say
that
something
stick
like
back. We'll do it another day, guys. We'll do it again with.
You're going to do something with your bird book.
Oh yeah, the bird book. Sorry, forgot about that. And that sun is also now going behind that Drakensberg mountain. Not behind the horizon. But anyway, we'll do it another day with in an opening area where we can see the sun much clearer. Anyway, don't remember who was asking about the bird book that I was using this morning. But here we go. This is Sassol Bird's Book, Birds of Southern Africa. Sorry. And it's from Jan Sinclair, Phil Hockey, and Warwick Tarboton. But just from Jan Sinclair, we usually call it the birds of Southern Africa from Jan Sinclair. So that's the book, the front, and then the back looks like this. You actually get a bit of biography about the 3 authors, and it's quite a nice book. I mean, it gives you, the nice thing about it is that you've got this. The first 2 pages gives you basically the main families of the birds. So let's say you want to identify different kind of guinea fowls, then you go here. It shows you a guinea fowl. You go page 143, and if you go page 143. You've got the different kind of guinea fowls, the helmeted, the crested, and the common ostrich. So yeah, that's the two different kind of ostrich you get. Guinea-fowl, and it shows you the bird, male, female. Sometimes also the difference with the juveniles. And on the left, you'll have a short description of the bird and also a map for where you can find it. And it's pretty accurate. It's a pretty good book. I like it. I still have a lot to learn about birds. My birding is not really good. I know the most common ones, but I still have a lot to learn, especially about raptors and the raptors are quite. I struggle with raptors to identify them, but it's all about practice. Fresh rhino tracks. Thanks, Tar. Tar just saw some fresh rhino tracks. Oh yeah, definitely, Dave. Yeah, that's for sure. Dave's, Ed Dave's. Yeah, definitely cook better than Tara.
Yeah, everybody cooks better. That's nothing to be proud of.
I always remember the day Tara tried to make mashed potato.
That was one.
Yo.
That was one.
Yo. That was the worst mashed potato I've ever seen.
But in the same breath, you had the best mashed potato you've ever had from me as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to be kind that day. I've done 3 years of boarding school, and believe me, boarding school is not the best food. Well, depend on the boarding school, but the boarding school I was at the food was really so-so. But their mash was better than Tara's mash.
That day.
That day. Okay, I'll give it to you. I'm teasing her because then a few weeks later she tried again and she made a very good mash. So she blamed it on the potatoes that night. She said the potatoes were not tried for mashed potatoes.
And too much milk.
And too much milk. Oh jeez, it was the worst mashed potato ever.
It was the worst dinner ever. I'm actually surprised you guys didn't throw it in the bin. I would have done.
Oh, we were just starving.
Yeah.
That's why. But yeah, she's good at warming up stuff.
Hey, cottage pie.
Eggs and bacon.
Pie.
Cottage pie also, yeah. She does good cottage pie. She does very nice wraps. Eh?
Yeah.
The best wraps ever.
From a packet.
Of course. No, but I'm talking about the ingredients. She'll put like nice chicken and different kind of ingredients, tomatoes and cheese and whatever. And nice sauce stuff. No, she makes nice wraps. But yeah, I think we're all pretty much the same. We've learned from each other as well. I mean, I've learned a few cooking things from Tara, and she's learned from me, and I've learned from Mark, and we've learned from each other, which is pretty cool. And another giraffe, very dark. You are very dark, mister. Show me your dark side. Wow. Okay, let's carry on. We've seen a lot of giraffe today. Dale in Michigan. Welcome on board, Dale. Asking if the cameras ever fall off the car during drive. Is that right, Mark? Oh, the camera person. Oh, that's a question you must ask Tara.
Yeah, I nearly fell off the other day with you driving.
She nearly fell off with me the other day when I was driving, nearly. And I've heard that she almost lost Herman once or twice.
Almost lost everybody once.
Yeah, she's almost lost everybody. Herman, myself, Mark. Herman used to work here. He was a camera operator and editor for Wilders a few months ago.
Becky's doing well. I haven't managed to try and lose her yet.
Yeah, Becky is holding tight.
Yeah.
She hasn't lost Becky yet. Herman did make a joke one day, I remember, when he was so proud of it when he came back to camp. He told me that he just jumped out of the car
Oh yeah.
at the back, but like discreetly, so Tara didn't know. Tara just kept on driving. And talking, like she always does. Walla, walla, walla. And then next minute she turns around to ask Herman a question. I don't know. And there's no one sitting behind the camera. And so she stops and she turns around and nobody. So you did make a U-turn, right? You turned around and...
I did a backtrack.
How far was he?
He was quite a way.
He was quite a way. And he told me he was a bit, not scared, but like a bit worried. Because he thought that she would realize it sooner. So he just got out of the car and then the car kept on driving. But then after a few minutes, they still didn't see Tara. He was a bit like, all right, I hope she's gonna notice it soon. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to walk back to camp. And once again, guys, don't do this at home. Don't do that if you go to Kruger. Don't make a joke to your...
I don't think it was when we were live. I think it was when we were doing some extra filming.
Yeah, no, I don't think you were live. Yeah, that's when we were doing extra filming. But if you go to Kruger, don't do that. Or to any game reserve in South Africa, don't try to make a joke to your husband or to your wife. Get out of the car inside Kruger because, surprise, surprise. But yeah, that was fun. That was funny. I've always thought about doing it. The thing is, I was like, if I do it, I know Tara doesn't like turn around too much, or so I'm like, if she doesn't realize it for the next 10-15 minutes, that's far. And that's...
Yeah, but that's because I was talking to the microphone, it being down there. I always got told off because no one could hear me. So I can't turn around. I always used to do it when I first started. The people said they were only getting every other word from me.
Yeah. About? Mark is asking me to remind you about Caroline. Kez.
Oh, Kaz, she was the worst.
And Joanne was asking, what happened there?
I think it was when we were in Jigger.
Okay.
And it was on that swing seat as well. And we were on Drakensberg Drive, and I'm looking around for animals. And I've not really driven Drakensberg Drive that much before.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it was possibly the first time on that section. And I didn't see a huge hole in front of us, and it was right in line with my left wheel, so I went straight in it. Caroline went right over the camera.
No way. Sure.
And we actually thought I'd broken the camera.
Did she fly? But I mean, in Giga, the camera was right behind the presenter, so she must have landed next to you.
Yeah, she nearly landed next to me.
So you're like, whoa!
No, she nearly went right over. The camera actually stopped her going right.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but when Tara was driving with Caroline, who used to work here as well long ago, still with Giga, which is the old vehicle, much smaller than Ganda. And Caroline was sitting at the back of the car behind the camera, and Tara didn't see a hole on the road, and she just drove straight and put her left wheel inside that hole, and obviously Caroline at the back just like flew almost over the camera, almost landed next to Tara.
In my defence, she didn't say there was a hole in front of me.
Yeah, but it's your job
and I was looking for animals at the time.
So Tara is saying, for her defense, Caroline didn't see the hole and Tara was looking for animals. But when you're a guide, you're supposed to look for animals and for holes.
I know.
Funny Billy.
Danger pay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, Tara is definitely got the how would I say, the most insane driving skills around from all of us. Because the suspension at the back of Gander, something that you must know, are not really good. So if I drive over a speed bump, and that's what Tara does, she drives over a speed bump at a certain speed, and she's fine, yeah. But she forgets that at the back, you're going like that at the back, and it's just, yeah. And in like holes and things, like she's fine, yeah, because the suspension at the front are pretty good, but at the back, they're not. And we're just bouncing at the back. Bang, bang, bang.
Don't pay any
Thanks, Tara.
You're doing just the same.
Okay, speed bump, Tara. You ready? You see, I'm fine. But now if I accelerate, she would be like flying. Also because you're sitting a bit higher up at the back.
Yeah.
Anyway. Fun, fun, fun. Anne. Good evening, Anne. Welcome on board. Anne is asking, when we cook at home and we throw our food in the trash, does it attract animals? Yes, and it does attract hyenas at night. We've had hyenas always around camp and attracted by the smells. It does attract little nocturnal animals like civets and genets. We used to have a genet around the camp, and she's when we have a braai. We haven't had a braai for actually quite a while now.
We had one last night.
Yeah, no, but not at our place. It was at Nikki's last night. You know what I mean? But you remember when we used to braai? When we used to braai by where we used to make fireside chat, and when we used to braai there, we often used to see a genet hanging around. But hold on, I'll just tell you something now, and just want to get up there.
Yeah, you were saying.
Hold tight, Tara. The important thing that you must know also, and is that we don't throw food out there to attract animals. We put our food in like rubbish bins, and they are very secure. And we put them indoors, but the smell just attracts them when we have a braai, or just the smell of stuff in rubbish bins does attract some animals like hyenas, like I said. But we do not leave food around. That's something you must know. But that would be just wrong. And then we would actually get into really bad situations with just a lot of hyenas around camp, and we would just get out of control. And that's like one of the main rules when you live in the bush. Rule number one: don't feed the animals, because then they become pests, they become dangerous, and then parks board's gonna have to shoot them. So we don't feed them, we feed ourselves, and then whatever food leftover we have, because it's there in the fridge or a rubbish bin and indoors in safe places. Guineas are calling, eh?
Yeah.
What's walking over there?
I can see an Impala standing.
Yeah, I think it's Impalas. We're approaching Gari Dam, which is the dam in front of the lodge, in front of Juma Lodge. You can hear some guineas calling quite loudly. There are more guineas on the other side of the bank. Just going to switch off here for a minute just to listen. Guineas calling also on the other side of the dam over there. But Jennifer, good evening to you, Jennifer, in France. Sorry? What?
That's why.
Why?
Rose eagle owl. Right
Can you
in front of
see
us.
it? Oh, right in front of us. That must be the same one I had one evening with Becky. Okay, you can still open the iris a bit. Cool. One evening with Becky, we had it in that tree, that big what is that? Jackalberry. Oh, the Mark is telling me the viewers are calling it Geo, G-E-E-O, Geo.
He's checking something out just below it.
Yeah, giant eagle owl. Makes sense. G-I-O. No, G-E-O. Geo. Giant eagle owl. Very pretty. Yeah, sorry Jennifer, got distracted here. Good evening. Jennifer is sending us a question from France, from Toulouse. Nice. I know Toulouse, been there. Nice little, nice city. Capital of the rugby. Very good team, Toulouse. Very good rugby team. Anyway, Jennifer is asking if only male rhinos do mark their territory, or do females also mark their territory by defecating in middens and scratching their feet? Yeah, no, only males will do that, Jennifer. Only the males. Females don't mark. But I think there is a difference between the white and the black rhino there, right? I think with the white and the black rhinos, Jennifer is asking for the white rhino if the females also mark their territory by defecating in middens and scratching their feet. And I've read that not only the males do it, but then I think I've read also that for the black rhinos, the female might do it, no?
I think the female might, but I'm not 100% sure.
Not 100% sure about the black rhino. But for...
Oh, she's watching
she's watching the
Legovan.
water monitor. There's a water monitor just at the bottom. And that's what she's watching. That's what that eagle owl is watching so closely. Would she go for a water monitor?
I never thought so. Not in the water at least. But
No, not in the water, no. Or if it gets out of the water, it might get interesting. Do you want me to reverse a bit?
Yeah.
So you can get the water monitor in shot. A bit more. Is that fine? Okay. So yeah, Jennifer, only the males would do that. I think it's called scrape marking, right? When you do that, when they mark their territory that way.
I just call it foot scraping.
Scraping, yeah, scraping. Only males, Jennifer, not the females.
Check the odd one out.
Yeah?
The odd one out. La-di-da.
Yeah. Well, they just landed like 2 minutes ago. Hadida ibis. Okay, let's get going. Nice to see Geo though. The giant eagle owl of Gari Dam. I'm sure the zoomies are probably on it. Keep watching it, guys. Could get interesting. Looking at me now. It might fly away when I'm gonna drive past though. Sorry, but I have to. Sorry, little one. But you could also stay in your tree. Watch, okay, where are you going? To the Jackalberry, eh? Yeah, that's his home. That's why we... Yo! That's actually very interesting, guys. Did you hear that? Those guineas are just freaking out. That owl, the owl just flew right in front of them to go into the Jackalberry tree, and they just went like nuts, like... You can still hear them. I hear on the radio that Induna has just been spotted around close to Manialeti, close to Sydney's home, where we were this morning, Sydney's dam. Cool, let's get going.
Dam, they're calling sort of east towards the dam under the pump house to Koma side. I think I'll be, yeah. You can let me know again if you hear them again. Yeah, I'm just leaving Yellow Dam going that side. Yeah,
Watch your back, Guinea-fowls, watch your back.
Calling to the east when I'm on Yellow Dam here. Where's that small dam of calm out there?
Good night, my lads. Good night. Be careful.
Grab that.
How much light do you have there? Not too bad. Can you see that female there? She's got a very weird looking stomach. Yeah, but it's got a very weird shape, unless she's got something in front of her. This one, the one who just lifted up her head. That one. Look at her flank. Look. You see what I mean? It's like she's got a... She swallowed a book.
It looks like she was very heavily pregnant.
She might be very heavily pregnant. Yeah, yeah. Mark's saying maybe she's pregnant with twins. I've never seen that before. You can actually almost see the shapes.
There is a big problem with her.
I think there is a big problem. It's not supposed to look like that. She might, unless she's, I don't know. She's got
She looks healthy enough.
I know.
You know, her fur looks healthy.
Yeah, her fur. Tara's saying her fur looks healthy. She's feeding nicely. It's just her stomach's got a very weird shape. Like maybe she's got an infection somewhere in there, or that's yeah. Never seen that before. Okay. Yeah, I can actually still see it with the naked eye from here. Oh well. You guys didn't remove the light, eh? Did you?
It's down by the seat.
Ah, is it?
It's just turning itself on.
Ah, okay, I see it. March in California, welcome on board, March. Good evening to you. March is asking if the fireside chats might attract snakes, because in California they have to be careful with the rattlesnakes. Yes, it might. During summertime, spring, summer, it might attract some snakes. I haven't seen any yet. I mean, since I've been here, I've done quite a lot of fireside chats, and I've never had a bad surprise. Huh? I've never had a bad surprise. Sorry, no, I said something. But yeah, the warmth might attract them. Yes, the warmth and the light. I remember when I was doing my eco training in Makuleki, actually, yeah, 2 or 3 times we had when we were chilling around the fire, we had the surprise visit. I can't remember what kind of snakes it was. And I can't guarantee if they are attracted by the snake, by the warmth, or if it was coincidence. Mark was telling me he's never had. He's been spending lots of time around fires in Africa. He never had any snakes attracted to or attracted by the fires. Well, I had 2 or 3 encounters of snakes around fires when I was doing my training, but it might not be because of the warmth. It might just be because just of coincidence, and maybe because you've got mice. We had mice running around the camp. But I don't know what to tell you. I guess I'll have to Google it. Google it when you don't know. I can see a bush baby. If he stays there, you might be able to see it as well. Don't run away. There is up. I need to get a little bit closer. Can you see him, Ta?
Probably will once you stop that bush.
Okay, if you zoom in.
Kind of. Somewhere around there.
No, a bit more up. He's there now, he's there. Look, look. Up, he's there. Yeah, perfect. Nice one. Where are you?
You see him?
Not yet.
Oh, there.
Oh, nice. Did you get that?
No.
Huh? Oh. Whoa, that's a hectic. Sure, that was a hectic jump.
Sorry,
No, then
focus is just struggling here.
you won't get him now. Yeah, I can still see him though. Gone.
I can still see him.
Yeah, no, but you're not gonna get a nice shot of him. There are too many trees on the way.
Yeah, sorry folks. It was just too quick for me.
But that's nice. You got him jump.
No.
Yeah. Well, no, Mark said they got a good view of him, eh?
Yeah, we got a view of him. Then when he started jumping, I was like,
Yeah.
focus.
He was quite on.
Focus wasn't working fast enough.
Oh yeah, she was a bit out of focus. He was quite on a mission, this little one. Quite on a mission. I'm intrigued with that question. I'm really gonna have to look it up a little bit. That snake question with fire things. Because I know they tend to look for warmth, and that's why we actually do get them. We do get them inside our room sometimes, unfortunately, or inside All Day Sea last year, went straight behind the fridge, which is quite warm, and that's not the first time I had that. I had that also in another lodge once when I was guiding. Like a Mozambican spitting cobra went behind the bar. It was a very weird evening. The weather changed all of a sudden into like the wind picked up, and like it didn't start raining, but just like a lot of wind, which was going to bring rain. And the guests were having like a drink in the lounge close to the bar, and then all of a sudden, because that lounge was open, it was an open area, so. All of a sudden we had like 4 or 5 scorpions walking inside the lounge, just like running away from outside because of the wind and the condition outside. So all the guests, of course, going like ah, all the women jumping on their chairs, scorpions, scorpions. And then just a minute after that, someone behind the bar, the barman goes, and he calls me actually. He calls me and he's like, please just make sure the guests don't come by the bar. And I'm like, why? He's like, yeah, well, it's just a Mozambican spitting cobra just came inside, and he's now he went straight behind the fridge, and he was not stuck behind the fridge, but he was there behind that fridge. We could when the expert ranger arrived with his glasses and everything and his stick to remove the snake, I actually did film the whole thing. I've got the film somewhere. Never cut it into a little docky or something. It's still somewhere in my computer. But like I could see the snake under the fridge, and it took him a good 10 minutes to get a good grip and remove it from the fridge, from under the fridge. And then we went, put it in a cooler box, and then put it in the Range Rover, and we went far from the lodge to release it. And I remember I was sitting at the back of the vehicle with a cooler box next to me, and he was like, just hold on tight on that cooler box, just make sure it doesn't open because we're gonna be in serious trouble. I'm like, for sure. It's just weird. You're just sitting there and you think, okay, I'm in the middle of Africa with a Mozambican spitting cobra next to me in a cooler box. Cool, awesome. And we went far from the lodge, and we put the cooler box down, and then pushed the cover, cooler box open, and then he just got his freedom back. So that was once. Last year we had that snake behind the fridge. But they do look for warmth, but the fire would be very, very warm though. I've never heard of situations where you get snakes just coming and chilling close to a fire because it's warm. That's true. But I know that lots of people have been around fires and have seen snakes as well, and maybe it's just pure coincidence. Only. Yeah, she's gonna work on that, don't worry. Oh yeah, please, sorry, I didn't copy it. Cheryl in Pennsylvania. Good evening to you, Cheryl. Cheryl wants to know if we do intervene with sick animals, or do we leave nature take its course? No, we don't intervene, Cheryl. It's a game reserve, natural game reserve, and we do let nature take its course. If it is something like a disease which would have been caused by humans or by domestic animals, then the parks board, the vets would intervene. But if we do see a sick animal, unfortunately, we don't have the right to intervene. I know it's a pity, and as much as it can hurt sometimes to see wildlife being sick out there or injured, and you would like to intervene and help, but we can't. It's not a zoo. If we start doing that, then why do we do it here and not in the old Kruger National Park? Do you imagine how much work it would be then? And also, there are not roads everywhere inside Kruger National Park anyway. There's big areas inside Kruger where there is no road and no one goes there. And then where would you start? Where would you start considering, or how can I say, what would you think you need to intervene on, and what do you think you shouldn't, or you don't need to intervene on? Like, why would you help, I don't know, a rhino who looks sick and not a turtle who looks like it's got a broken shell? I don't know. I'm just showing examples out there. Then where's the limit? Where anyone home? Oh, my friends are not here. I just wanted to show you a bit of. Just wanted to spend a few minutes at the den, but it doesn't look like there is anyone here tonight. They're gone. Okay. Well, I'm sure Teddy is in there. Tara, don't you want to go and have a look?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, we're just gonna wait here. Tara's gonna go and have a look inside the den. She probably won't come back. Yeah, Cheryl, sure. It's actually a nice topic. It's pity it's the end of the drive. Talk about that for a long time. But yeah, what would you consider worth helping, and why not? Or you know what I mean? It's difficult. And this is nature's wild. It's a wild natural game reserve. And, believe me, we've been in situations. Mark, myself, and Tara. Are you in the bush there?
I'm falling off the edge here.
Sorry, I just threw Tara in the thorns. Whoa! She wasn't happy there. Yeah, we've all been in situations where we've seen things that we wish we didn't see. It's not always easy. We would like to help. No, Cheryl, no, we don't intervene at all. Okay, nobody's home. Well, at least we had them this morning, though. Oh no, sorry, can you repeat that one? Sorry, Roger. Roger, good evening to you, Roger. Got a good point. There are lots of impalas out there, I mean Kruger, And yeah, Roger is asking why are there so many of them? Do they need to be so many because they are one of the favorite prey species? I think they just mate, or not mate, what's the word? They just breed a lot. The gestation period is 6 months and a half, and they can have a baby once every year. And safety in numbers, you're right. So there need to be a lot of them. I think the conditions are just good, and the population just keeps increasing because they do breed a lot, and even though there are lots of predators after them, they are still, like, I think, well, I need to make sure, but I think I read something like 250,000 Impalas in Kruger, but I might be wrong, might be a bit less or might be a bit more, but there are a lot of them, and they're just doing well out there. And alright guys, unfortunately I'm gonna have to call it a day. It's time to say goodbye once again. But it's just a goodbye. It's not forever, it's just for a couple of days. Oh, didn't know that. How's the light there?
Kind of.
Not too bad? Can't see anything, but
Can't see you now. Yeah.
just do it like that. Alright, it's time to say goodbye. Once again, it was lovely to be on drive with you this morning and this afternoon. Thank you for...
Thanks, Seb.
No, not with you.
Oh.
With them. With you guys, not with you. Yes, thanks for your hard work, Tara. Thank you for holding tight at the back of Ganda and laughing at my jokes, even when they're not funny. And thanks, Mark, back in Final Control, for forwarding the questions and everything, helping me out with questions. And thank you guys for all the questions, for your support, for enjoying the drives. And let's see what tomorrow brings. I think it's gonna be Mark and myself tomorrow morning on drive, and then Tara will be in FC forwarding questions to Mark. But yeah, from myself here in Juma Game Reserve, and Tara and Mark back in Final Control, have a great night or great day depending on where you are in the world, and please be with us tomorrow morning. Bye for now. 6:30.
Hello everybody. Quite a fun afternoon there with the two of them on the vehicle today. And even if we don't get to see too many animals, we still get good banter between Seb and Tara. And that was quite a wonderful afternoon with the two of them on the vehicle. Thank you for all your participation. Thank you for the questions that came in. And thanks for watching, of course. Thanks for supporting us here at Djuma Game Reserve. And we will be seeing you tomorrow morning. Oh, Seb's just calling me. Hang on a sec. Okay, sorry. Thought maybe they found something, but Seb was just confirming something. So, I think as Seb said, I shall be out there tomorrow with Seb on camera. Tara will be here in final control. So do join us again tomorrow morning. Crack of dawn. Actually, it's before dawn even cracks. It is just as it's getting light, and hopefully we can find a spot to see the sunrise. So from my end and from all of us here at Djuma Game Reserve, take care and good night.